If Dangote is selling everything, sell this instead.
I've just actually signed agreement between Zimbabwe and Dangote Group to do various investments in various sectors, some of which, of course, in a broader...
It is very clear to many that Dangote is recorded the African richest man with a worth of, as of 9th January 2026, he was recorded with a worth of $30.6 billion. That's a lot. But what if Dangote is selling everything? What should we now actually sell as business people or as entrepreneurs? Dangote doesn't just sell products, he sells essentials. Dangote focuses on things people cannot afford buying, regardless of inflation, government policies, economic hardship. Examples: cement. People must build. You have to understand, people must build. Now, this brings me to talking about he doesn't just sell products, he sells essentials. Let's move on to the next one, being sugar. We all already know that the food industry depends on this particular product, which is sugar. Salt, daily consumption. Flour, which is used for bread, noodles, snacks, and so on. Fuel for refinery for automobiles and the rest of them. Now, this is the lesson. This is the first lesson of what to sell. If Dangote is selling everything, you have to sell what people must buy and not what they like to buy. One of the hacks is, as business people, we should sell problems that are solvable. Problems be solved already, possibly by your products or your solutions, not just about the goods. Ask yourself this question: what problem do people complain about daily? What do businesses struggle with every week? What inconvenience wastes time or money? So if Dangote is doing everything, you should ask yourself this question also as a business person: how do I involve myself in being the solution provider? Get this lesson for this: the bigger and the more painful the problem is in the business, the bigger the problem you're trying to solve is, the better for the business, the better and more successful for the business to grow and scale faster. Dangote controls the foundation, not the finish. He rarely sells finished consumer brands directly. Instead, he sells raw materials that thousands of other businesses is doing. This is not about competition anyway. This is about being part of the disruptive movement for Africa itself. Now, what are the things that we can venture in? We can actually move into selling raw materials itself. We can go into raw materials, inputs, services that other businesses need to operate, because the more problem you are solving for any business, the more money you make, the more problem the business comes with, the more pain that is seen in the business, the more successful the business is. Into examples like packaging, transport, wholesale supply, digital tools, skilled services itself in terms of repairs, maintenance, technology, and so on. If many businesses depend on you, your income is more stable. Here is the reason: if businesses crumble or find it really hard to survive without you, you yourself, you are surviving better as another business. This is B2B, and this is one of the things Dangote does. B2B business, he makes supply to other businesses to function properly in their day-to-day or their activities or their functionalities. You have to pay attention to this. If more businesses depend on you, I'll give for instances businesses like Meta. A lot of businesses are dependent on Meta. Most like content creators, these are businesses. There are companies that depend on Meta services, like trying to advertise to billions of people across the world to get to see their videos. This is not an advert anyway for Meta, but this to bring to your notice that the more businesses depend on what you are doing. It could be your product, it could be your raw materials, it could be anything, it could be your service even. It could be your service. The more businesses depend on you, the more successful you become as a business person. We should sell what scales with population. Nigeria and Africa are growing fast. Sell things that grow when people increase. Some stuff like food, housing related items, energy, education, healthcare support, internet, or possibly the digital services. Dangote bets on Africa's future population early. He started betting on Africa's future early. And if Dangote is selling everything, you have to also find a way to put in yourself to what is happening. That is, he's selling things that grow when the population increases. If you're doing that because the population keeps increasing every day, the population, people are being born. Yes, people die, but the rate of people being born is getting, just as a later, the recent analytics of birth, the more people are being born, the lesser people are going. So the population is increasing day by day. Dangote selling everything is not the end of the world. If Dangote is selling everything, then we should sell positioning. Don't need billions to start. You need the right location, the right niche, the right timing. It could be the right location, it could be the right niche, it could be the right timing. Small scale examples are becoming the most reliable distributor in your area. This could also be a chance of partnering, possibly with the Dangote, being a supplier in your area. You might not really venture into selling everything, but you have to pay attention to your positioning. It could be in your particular location, it could be on the way you position yourself. Your positioning is very important. Become the most reliable distributor in your area. It could be becoming the most reliable distributor. It could be controlling a local supply chain, or you can be the go-to person for one essential service. Now, this is to bring in a nutshell of what this video is all about. This is, if you've watched to this point, you understand that I'm trying. This video is more like an eye-opener of the things you should do. If Dangote is selling everything, it's not a call for everyone to go down. No, it is a call to possibly how you reposition yourself. It could be there's a lot out there, to pay very good attention to. If Dangote is selling everything, business people should sell what people cannot live without. You can actually sell what people cannot live without, what other businesses depend on, and what scales with time and population. My name is Anosike Prince, and I share valuable contents that never leaves you behind. If you watch this video to this point, it means that this video was a very valuable video to you, and I encourage you to subscribe, possibly give a like to this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Keep building, keep building. One day, believe me when I tell you, you'll see that there is a lot more you've left behind. There's a lot of lows you've left behind, getting to the higher rate. I'm here with you, right? I'm here with you all the time. Keep winning, champ, like I always say. Cheers to more wins, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.